On 24th of October, Chamin-Erdene, one of the best participants of Mongolian Next Top Model, passed away enigmatically. Journalist Nudari is observing closely in order to broadcast the true facts about this incident. The first statement was made on November 27 by National Institute of Forensic. They declared that the incident occurred without any external influences, even though her family and public didn't think so. The public was not able to get a clear answer from what happened on October 24. It was closed to the media, so it did not reach the public. That's why there was no other information except the court medical examination. However, our investigative team contacted the deceased girl's brother and explained the exact conclusions of the court. National Institute of Forensic reported that there were several marks that can prove that the victims might have been dragged. For instance, the skin generated from an abrasion was found on her clothes and her butt and back were scraped. It's been said that T-shirts have been changed. This is confirmed by her boyfriend N. The proof is that the T-shirt was white and sleeved, and the T-shirt she wore when was found dead was a sleeveless shirt that had been distributed during the show. There was also a small blood stain like a menstruation stain. In the course of the inspection, the court did not inform her family. Until the court concludes the conclusions of his mother. He has been watching for a while. Mom could barely receive the forensic examination result. 13 fingerprints were also what was found at the place. Moreover, one of them had a match. We got the information about it from her uncle. Let's connect to them. 13 people's fingerprints were found at the place of crime. One of them matched with a person, and I even know the person's name. 13 people are just so many, isn't it? Fingerprints were found even from the staircase. Moreover, it was reported that her womb was opened and injured as the result of the forensic examination. These evidences lead us to the conclusion that she perhaps was raped. We addressed this to forensic medicine, requesting to examine this case more closely again. So, what are the evidences found at the place? And could you inform the viewers about the video that her uncle broadcasted to the public? The deceased's brother collected so much evidence from the October 24th until the mid-November, until the end of the trial. There's one elevator of his elevator. A girl went out at 10 o'clock in the morning, was found dead in the afternoon around 16 o'clock. There, 47 photographs and the victim's slippery were found. One of the slippery was clean, but the other one was muddy. The clothes that the wearer wore, plus the cigarette mouthpiece, beer bottles, lipstick spots and cell phones were collected as evidence. However, he did not ask for a second cell phone number and asked for his later phone number. That's why whether she committed suicide is very doubtful. Not only the family, but also the public, does not agree with this court decision. The deceased's family is suspicious of two people. One is Odon Tungalag, a participant of MNTM, and secondly, her boyfriend, Namekbir. It was as if his brother found out who murdered her. According to today's press conference, the deceased's mother demanded the girl's life from these two. Why did the family suspect these two people? She was absolutely passionate about becoming a top model. However, as the show's representative Odon Tungalag was reported to have a psychological burden on the deceased girl. When her mother went to Nuuk to meet her daughter, during the show, Odon Tungalag's mother murmured a mani prayer for over an hour. In Mongolian tradition, this rite is done for those who have died in the world. However, witnesses also pointed out that while Odon Tungalag's mother conducted the ritual, which caused argument between two families. Because the family of Odon Tungalag hadn't made any statement, they are suspected to this. Why they suspect her boyfriend is that she and her boyfriend lived together at KH apartment town in Kan-Uul district. According to her uncle, the orderer is supposedly the deceased's boyfriend. It is likely that her boyfriend called her to come out, and the person who changed the t-shirt is suspected to be the boyfriend. Also, the information provided by Nemekbir to the police was that he came home at 10, but said that he came back home at 9 to her uncle. The deceased's brother says that he knows the main things about this case. He also said that Chamin-Erdene got pregnant 3 times, even though she got pregnant from her boyfriend Nemekbir. 2 of them were miscarriage due to the fact he abused and beat her. When she was 17, he lied about his age and became his boyfriend. The deceased died at the age of 22. I'm going to put a series of facts about Nemekbir, about what she did to my cousin. He hit her and their babies were miscarriaged 3 times. She hid it from me. The first person to see the body was a cleaner. Janitress did 3 different statements. What did she say and what are different between one another? Janitor KH has 3 different statements, which are shown in a note written by the police victim's family and office staff. In the first statement, it was said that he found her dead when she was sweeping the floor. In another statement, he said that he saw her when he was cleaning a window. And what he said in his third statement was that he had seen her when he was throwing trashes. Our report team got the place where the dead body was found and found no place related to trash. Let's connect to her uncle and clarify it. Is it possible for the janitor to get involved in this case? It's highly probable. Next, the day of her death, the janitor's daughter spread various kinds of info to people. The janitor refused to talk and that she reported to the police and didn't want to speak a word. Once they said that they found the body when their mom was sweeping the floor. When I asked if I could talk to their mom didn't want to talk, but the daughters said that their mother saw the body when she was littering the garbage. She also stated that she found her when she was cleaning the floor and washing the window. I do not believe that he was cleaning the window in this cold time. They found her suspicious because she didn't directly report to police but to the apartment's instant office and thought that her daughters spread rumor about the case. A journalist who prepared this information went to the KH apartment where the decedent died. Was it possible to lose life at the place? As the uncle asked International Criminal Court, they explained that when someone jumps down from 11th floor building, his brain is smashed and all his bones get broken. In the process of gaining recognition, the dead girl's jaw was opened wide with an oval shape and sole of her foot was curved. If one dies when shouting, his mouth is opened like O, while the one who is suffocated or has tendon breaks dies making oval shape with his mouth. The foot may be broken. The international experts also declared that her feet were curved and toughened, maybe because she was strangled. So, her uncle presumed that the place where she was killed was potentially somewhere else, but not the apartment. In other words, she probably didn't commit suicide by falling from the 11th floor of the apartment. One dies opening his mouth with an oval shape when he is injected to his heart or broken tendon. Her leg muscle was toughened and curved. The man who had been tortured had stretched his leg. That's how she might have died. When shouting, the mouth should be round, but her mouth was open like an oval shape. It also seems strange to me. However, the crime was committed somewhere else, and she was brought after, and it is true. He is 100% relevant to a man and a woman entering the elevator which appeared in the video. They entered the elevator 4 times and looked at the elevator camera 4 times. At last, their faces turned mournful. This is supposedly because they saw that horrible thing. In the part of the video that was removed from the elevator camera, they must have gone to the 11th floor and cleaned and removed the marks from the place of crime. 15th floor people are also associated with this. We went to see the situation because victim's family announced to start a press conference. There, they showed us the size of the window that she is assumed to jump out from. Her family also emphasized that it opened very small, with the size of lighter. So, our investigative team checked if it's possible to jump out from the window. We are in the apartment where the decedent died. If we measure this part of window, and this is the size of my hand, she is thought to jump out of this window. Let's discuss more details in the studio. According to news conference held today, the case was about to be closed after being examined for 45 days, but her family requested to postpone the closing and extended it for 21 more days. Is it possible to close a case without the permissions of the decedent's family? According to the law, if the family does not agree and sign to the result of forensic examination, the case should continuously be examined for 15 years. The family was disappointed because the General Police Department was about to end investigating even when they didn't find any particular information. And so General Police Department resumed investigation. In the conference, the family expressed gratitude to History of Girls, NGO, General Police Department, and the Ministry of Justice, for they helped to re-examine the case. Journalist Mungtul, now, we're showing you the mother's speech at the press conference. Her boyfriend, an Odon Tungalag, participant of the show MNTM. Both of them are suspicious indeed. I will never forgive these two. I'll ask for the girl from these two. We'll ask her for her life, why they did that to my innocent daughter. I'm very upset. These two are definitely guilty. I'm grieving. Every day, she said that she wanted to leave the show. But the next day, she worked very hard. She really disliked injustice. It was hard for her to be in the show, and she said that the judges were unfair. Judges picked the wrong people as the winner even when she clearly was the best. When she was with me, she was confident and cheerful. She was just very talkative girl, caring. She also did yoga. She even said that she learned traditional massaging to take care of her grandmother. She used to say that she wanted to become a kindergarten teacher after finishing the show because she loved kids. Chamia extremely wanted to leave the show but wasn't allowed to. She became sick and even tried to escape, though it was not successful. His uncle lives abroad, but said that he collected so many materials. It is also presented in a sequence. There was a strange thing. Could you please report about those two people who took the elevator 4 times? These two people do not live in this building. They are considered to be related to the case. The only scene left as a video was that they entered and left the elevator 4 times at the 11th level. There is another 2-minute and 10-second recording that has been deleted. Even though the decedent appeared in the camera, the time spent to get to 11th level was said incorrect, which is suspicious. And the deceased's uncle is now in a great psychological pressure because criminals are looking for him. Defamatory comments are written frequently by the same ID account, named as a guest. It was said that the IDs related to big corporations and politicians. Television refused to mention the name due to the law. It was reported that the documents her uncle collected had already revealed the real criminal behind it. Why they are not revealing criminal though they know who are the criminals is very interesting. The deceased's uncle has been living in European country for a long time, being granted dual citizenship. However, he has always been very close to Chamin-Erdene. Uncovering the case is aimed at checking the accuracy of the police department's report and work, and revealing everything right after the final decisions are made by the court. The disclosure of the truth about the death is needed for the family. If we give all these evidences, from the torn skin that was found on her clothes, to get it examined to a foreign examining organization, they will obviously say that this is not suicide. I will give the clothes she wore in the recording to get it checked. There was surely external influence. I examined a lot from the beginning of the October 24th. The materials were collected. Only half of the evidences are revealed. The trial results have reported that there was not any external force that led her to die, but their families consider it to have external effects. Because they are not compatible with the result, they are looking to send the documents be tested in foreign countries. Donation campaign is ongoing. The case of a deceased girl is to be reanalyzed by international experts. As a result, the Mongolian police's work quality will be evaluated, and of course, reason for her death will be clear. A donation campaign is being conducted to support her family financially because it is very expensive to get autopsy in foreign countries. The case conclusion will be ready exactly 21 days after re-examination of the case. There is not any other thing than sitting and seeing if the presences of justice that Chamin-Erdene's uncle wants will take place or not. Several Mongolian famous people died for enigmatic reasons, just like this. And they're collecting documents together. Although there are many resources, the deceased brothers are protecting their sources because one of the people who gave them information about it was stabbed with a dagger for providing info. That's why we are defending it, he said. Her uncle was attacked when he was at his house. It was also emphasized that he will still be broadcasting information in the future. We invite you to participate actively in the donation to help find the truth about the case.